Welcome back to the GSTL. We are in our final match. Our winners have been decided, and now we are in the winner of the losers match versus the loser of the winner match, aka the final match. I am Wolf, and with me is Caldor.
Hey guys, how you doing? Today we have Fnatic against Incredible Miracle. Yesterday we've seen an amazing performance by Symbol. Once again, a reverse all kill. He made it happen, and now Incredible Miracle has to face Fnatic, and this is going to be a pretty good match. And a very interesting one, of course. I am with a very strong lineup.
Yeah.
Fnatic has a few players that really surprised the last time.
We have had so many strong Zerg players in the Team League get multi-kills. We have seen Moon, we have seen Lucira, that's this week, but last week we saw Life crush through, and of course Symbol as well. Like, there's so many good Zergs right now getting multiple kills.
It's getting crazy.
It's absolutely insane, in fact, what we're seeing. So today, we may see Lucira come out early again, try to get a lot of kills. Yesterday, I mean, he almost got the all kill. That was what was so ironic about it to me, so powerful, was that game where Lucira almost beat Symbol.
So close, and then Symbol just turns on the God mode and goes through the entire roster of the opponent's team.
Yeah, that was
really impressive.
insane. It was insane. My favorite game of the whole series, though, by far, was Lucira against Symbol. How Lucira was able to turn every engagement to his side. We saw crazy upgrade advantages for his opponent. It was awesome.
Those CVZs in general are getting just better and better.
Yeah.
The game between Symbol and ST, the last match of the series, it was kind of insane to see this base race scenario, and then suddenly it was the entire army of Symbol, but he only had a few drones left, but he just crushed through ST.
Yeah.
It was really amazing to witness.
If you guys haven't seen it,
oh yeah, if you haven't seen those games, you missed out.
We won't feel bad if you turn this off right now, watch those VODs first, and watch these VODs tomorrow. That's actually fine.
Yeah, that's fine. You can't miss it.
It's going to be hard for today's matches to compare to yesterday's, let's be honest.
I think in the last 2 months there are two things that you can't miss. It's the GSL Code S finals and the last match that we had at the GSTL. But we are having a quick look at today's teams. And here they are.
Yep, there they are indeed. You can see a pretty even race distribution for both teams. Both teams having a decent amount of Protosses. Protosses making up the majority of both teams' rosters.
And right now we have actually the captains, ST and Johan Merlo. It's a little bit funny that Todd is actually listed with his full name. That was also his Twitter account until recently, when he realized that Johan Merlo, for most people that are not from France, it's not that easy to pronounce or to write, so he changed his Twitter account to Fnatic Todd.
Whenever I see his name, I feel like he's a wizard. Maybe it's because it's like kind of like Merlin or something, but yeah, I don't know.
He's one of the strong foreigners here in Korea. He has been with Fnatic for ages, and guys, as we just pointed out, if you haven't added him on Twitter just yet and you are a Protoss player, if you're from Europe, definitely check him out. Fnatic Todd on Twitter. And he is the captain today. We might just see him. Last time, he was the snipe for Inori, but he was not needed. Today, we might see him in one of the games.
Yeah, you know, IM is fairly reluctant to put their Protosses out, but they do have good Protosses. For example, Seed is most notably their top Protoss, I would say. They still have Younghwa, who's shown good games in the Team League in the past as well. So those are the two Protosses I think we may see from IM.
Yeah, you might believe. And I'm really interested to see who exactly is coming out of the first players today.
Yeah, that's what I want to see too, man.
We had Knight and the last time was up against Shine and lost, and here we have our team.
Yep, here comes LGIM. There's MVP right there. And he came out yesterday, so did ST. They were both defeated, and they may come out today as well, but they have a lot more to prove. Both of them went down to the same player yesterday after Lucira had that crazy lead. IM team, a very strong team. In fact, last time I checked on Team Liquid's poll for who would win the GSTL, they were highly rated, top rated by far.
They have a great lineup, but one of the things that they don't have right now is once again MC. He's not with the team today. There is the partnership between IM and SK Gaming, and usually he would sit right there on the bench, but he is already in the US. He's going to attend MLG in Anaheim, and therefore not able to assist Incredible Miracle.
Yep. Well, look at that team. They don't look very nervous. They look pretty confident.
They have to win today. And we are having a look at the lineup of LGIM. A closer look at the players. Here they are.
Yep, there they are indeed. Nesty, Lucira, and True starting Zergs there.
And of course also our Terran players, Happy, Yoda and MVP.
MVP rank 1 right now, winning the last Code S finals. And here are Seed, Youngwon. Of course, MC will not be participating today, but he is on the roster. Look at those fierce players.
Yeah, yesterday they were a little bit disappointed. I would have been disappointed as well. A reverse all kill is something that you don't see any day.
Lucira, man, I swear, like, I think he's doing it on purpose now with these facial expressions. You notice the second he came on camera, he made a funny face. I think he's doing it on purpose, guys. I don't know what Lucira's looking at on that monitor, man, but he's trying to stare into that monitor's soul. He's like, the starting map, no, it cannot be. Maybe if I look at it long enough, it'll change to Whirlwind.
It's actually just the GSTL logo that he's watching right now.
Yeah, it's true. All right, well, here is Fnatic. We saw them just 2 days ago. They were coming out.
I am European with Voices of Europe. That's awesome. We actually have 2 of them in the lineup today.
Yep, and they're there on the right side. Hwani leading the team, leading the charge.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, once again, the tallest of them all is Todd.
Yep. Oh man, this is going to be such an exciting match. Fnatic showed great games against TSL.
I love the pants, by the way.
Yeah.
You see that?
I saw that.
Todd with the blue pants.
I saw that. It's almost as, it's like the first time we saw TSL come out with their capris, man. Look at Todd's, look at how blue they are. Like, at first I saw them, I was like, oh, it's probably just a camera angle, but no. Those are some blue pants.
Yeah, those pants scream, hey, I'm comfortable.
All right, well, we are going to have a little bit of a surprise, guys. We're going to have a little interview with Hwani. He's on his way over here right now. We're going to call out our players really quick. Calder, I'm going to give the mic to Hwani so you can interview him.
Yep, we have a quick interview with Hwani, the team manager here. And let's have a short look at the players. First, we have the Protoss players. We have Todd, we have Knight and Oz and Ares. Protoss players in the lineup, and here are our Terrans, Alive and Rain. Let's have a quick look at the Zergs, Bial Departure, and of course Moon, who made really a splash the last time that he played. Alright, yep, and I can welcome Hwani right now. How do you feel? Are you excited?
Fine. Oh yeah, I am very excited.
So the last time Moon did a really, well, he performed really well, and
yes.
In the end you guys lost the team match nonetheless. What is your strategy today? Who are we going to see first?
We're going to see Moon.
Oh, it's actually Moon?
Yeah, it's going to be Moon. Because he's been practicing a lot, and his improvement has gotten better. And he did pretty well on Monday against all the races, like basically Zergs, DBTs, and DVPs. So I believe he can do it. He can take it down at least 1 or 2.
Did you expect him to perform this well the last time you sent him out?
I was expecting like at least he can take down 1, but he did it more than I expected. Actually, he did it really well.
About today's match, were you actually looking? Did you think that TSL would win the match against IM? Did you expect to play against them again, or was it a surprise to see that they were able to take it?
Oh, it was actually like I would say there's 60% to IM and 40% for TSL. That's what my guess was. But I mean, Symbol was too great about it, and he was really good. He was dominating basically. So,
what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for your team today? If you look at the roster of Incredible Miracle.
Personally, I would say MVP, since he just won the Code S. So I would say MVP will be our hardest choice. But these days the Zergs are really good, and also I'm pretty scared about Lucira as well. He just killed like 4 kills against TSL. So.
Did you prepare one player in order to take down MVP, or did someone train in particularly against Terran?
Yes.
So we are going to see. I mean, you're obviously not going to spoil it right now, but
of course not.
Will you also play on a specific map, or did the map not really matter for your preparations?
Preparations.
Okay. So yeah, we'll find out later on who the player is going to be.
Yeah.
And well, if Moon is not performing an all kill today, he looks so strong against TSL. I don't think it will happen, but still, it's.
If you Moon all kills, then you know what? I have to go to grab some gift for Moon's child. You know.
Oh, he has a child. I know that he was married. I didn't know that he has a child.
He has a child. I better get some present for him.
Yeah, I think that would actually be not too bad. So, how do you feel about today in general? Is the team looking forward to the match?
Yeah, I'm a little bit sad that I have to meet my best buddies. I mean, great friends, Nasty and everyone else. But I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you very much for answering us a few questions, and we will head into the match now in just a few seconds with Yoda against Moon.
Thank you.
See you later and good luck for the match. Alright guys, just a few words by Juani about the Fnatic team today. And well, we'll try to do this in the future a little bit more often, try to get some foreign players and also some managers here, they can speak a proper English.
The worst part about this is that I wasn't able to hear anything he said.
That's unfortunate.
I don't know. I was listening to the Korean broadcast.
I'll keep you up to date. But guys, if you actually like this, if you would like to have a few more interviews in the future, tweet us at Calder and at ProxyWolf, and also send a tweet at GOMTV. Let them know as well. If we can improve in any way, we'll definitely do it if it's possible for us. But we are heading into our first game today, Incredible Miracle against Fnatic. It is Moon against Yoda. Daybreak is our first map today at the GSTL, and to the bottom left in the red. We have our Terran player.
LGIM Yoda!
He is.
That didn't really work as good as we planned.
No, man, I totally forgot. I wanted to say he is after, but it didn't work. Well, this just makes up for it.
That's much better.
Young Yoda and Andromeda. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but that's our sister galaxy. Anyway, up at the top right, the 5th race starting today for Fnatic. He is
Fnatic Lady Call Moon!
Yeah, what I just talked about with Juan is basically that they were really looking forward to the match, and obviously for him it's a little bit sad that he has to meet one of his best friends today, the coach of Incredible Miracle. They think that the biggest problem for them is going to be MVP, beating him, and they prepared one player he really trained in order to take MVP down today. Obviously he didn't spoil to us who it's going to be, but we'll find out later on. And yeah, an interesting side note, Moon, the player that we see right now at the top right, he actually has a child. I knew that he's married and that he, well, obviously doesn't live with the in the Fnatic team house, but I did not know that he has a child. That was really interesting.
Yeah, actually, I knew that. In fact, I think it was Coach Lee from TSL who told me that, and I even got to see a picture. It's pretty cute baby, but yeah, that's This starting match is going to be kind of the stage setter, I feel, for Fnatic. This is important because if Yoda, who arguably is one of, I mean, even though he's a strong player, he's probably one of IM's weaker players. He's an all-around good player, but one of their weaker players, a good starting player. If Moon, who's one of the key players for Fnatic, loses here, it sets kind of a bad precedent for the rest of the match.
It's going to be very interesting to see what Moon is going to do. We saw yesterday that Symbol used a lot of roach banding attacks against the Terran players from Incredible Miracle. I guess that today they will play it a little bit safer, but of course Fnatic watched all these games, so they kind of know about the openings of Yoda. And I'm not 100%, wasn't it exactly the same map? I will actually just look it up because I think he played on Daybreak. I'm not 100% sure.
Uh-oh, we have a pause really quick.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully there's not too big of a problem. It is from Yoda.
Fortunately, it happens in the early game. This is always a lot better than when it happens during the late game. So let's see what's the problem.
We'll find out very soon. It's probably something simple like hotkeys or potentially his mouse suddenly stopped working. He is able to... Yeah.
Senyo was the last play, had problems with hotkeys as well.
We do see the production tab like is showing commands are on the way, double refineries and everything like that. So it's not an issue that his keyboard is not functioning, because obviously without that he would not be able to produce anything. So it's probably something simple like his sound suddenly cut out.
It did not affect the game. You can already see that his minerals are very low, so there's not a big problem. And I think we'll be... Okay, so it was apparently a hotkey problem, and, well, Do we actually know if he set the hotkeys correctly? Okay, he gets a warning, so apparently he has to adjust something, and therefore he gets a warning, which is something that we've seen with Zenio as well. So if it happens again,
yeah, it's kind of...
it would be bad.
A little nerves showing through if you forget to set your hotkeys. You know, you set everything else, but you don't set your hotkeys. It's like you kind of weren't as prepared as you should be.
It already weirds me out when this happens because they prepare before the game. They are in the booth. They are setting everything up. So if you just play a game, you have to realize if your hotkeys work or not. So
he may have decided not to play a practice game. That's something that's potentially possible. We saw the same happen with Zenio. He was the starting player, and if you're the starting player, you know you still have to go through rehearsal and everything else. You have to actually get with your team and talk about some stuff. You don't have as much time to practice and warm up like you do in the individual league, so he may not have had time to play a game. Either way, he gets a warning here, and that affects the entire team. So if something else happens, things could go badly. They may force a player to lose basically the game if he pauses for a reason such as this. So it's not going to be too big of a deal for IM as long as they don't mess up again with this. And after this happened, man, I'm sure everyone's going to be thinking about the IM coach and be like, did you set your hotkeys before the game starts? All right, well, we have resumed
today if you mess up the hotkeys.
Yeah, well, that's going to be... Even if we win, man, you can't eat with us.
The game has been resumed. We will tune into the match in just a few seconds, and there we are back again. The Overlord was just attacked by one of the Marines, but gets away.
Yep, Extractor going down now for Moon as he sends his initial 4 Zerglings around the map. Meanwhile, a very normal opening from Yoda's factory's been placed. He went 1 Rax expand into double gas. You know, it's almost as if we don't have to state this anymore. Like, we only have to commentate what the Terran player is doing if he doesn't do this, it feels like these days. Because literally, this is the build that is chosen. It used to be with Terran, you know, he might do this, he might do that. The Zerg's going to struggle to prepare, but pretty much these days, the Terran and the Zerg are doing very similar things. The Zerg player, though, not going for the 4 Queen build.
It's pretty interesting to me also that we see the Overlord once again at the position outside of the natural expansion. Obviously, it's kind of nice that you see the ramp, but at the same time, it's risky. We've seen it yesterday. And yeah, I would have suspected Moon just placing the Overlord at a different position where he can actually save his Overlord, right? Now it's not going to be possible for him, but it doesn't look like Yoda is really going to have a quick look at the high ground.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, if you see no forward barracks, then you're okay. And, like, if he does have a forward barracks, so, like, yesterday, and he sees that, he might want to run away with it. It was a little bit strange. Yesterday's situation was super weird. We see speed on the way with a 3rd hatchery, 2nd gas going down at the natural as well. Moon just transitioning into a pretty normal opening here so far. There is a Roach Warren, however, coming down, and with that 2nd gas.
Yep, we are currently at 33 drones, and as pointed out countless times before, usually when you go for a Roach Baneling attack, you go for roughly 36 harvesters. And this is exactly what happens right now. He gets additional 3, speed is on the way,
4
more Overlords. Yeah, right, he's currently supply blocked. So even with the 3rd base, there's still the potential of a Baneling nest being built and the Roaches sent on the way.
Yeah, with the 3rd hatchery, not only can it trick your opponent potentially, but also you get a little bit of extra production. And on a map like this, the hatchery is not far away enough to where it's really a slow amount of production. By the way, our Terran player is doing something a little bit out of the norm, getting faster medevacs, making his starport on the reactor, and getting double reactors on 2 barracks.
Oh, Baneling nest, Roaches, and Zerglings. And the 3rd base will enable him to fall back into a macro style.
Yeah.
Immediately after this attack, the Hellions spot the 3rd. And will they spot the Roaches?
With the reactors going down these barracks, he's losing a lot of production time right now. He's not going to have siege tanks. He's not going to likely have very many Marauders. In fact, right now, I think with his production continuing at this rate, he'll probably have 3 Marauders when the Banelings hit. But this is going to be pretty tough to hold. And oh no, he's trying to catch these Hellions, but the Hellions do see the Roaches. He does not, however, know about the Banelings yet.
And this is going to be really, really interesting. He throws down 2 bunkers immediately. Will Yoda die to the same strategy that he lost to yesterday again? Or will Moon trying to catch these Hellions?
And he will get one of them. 2nd one goes down as well. It's going to be tough to hold this. He pulls his SCVs prematurely, as well as puts a bunker on the high ground, and he is going to be so much better prepared than he was yesterday, but even so, this attack could do a lot of damage. That's not a lot of Roaches, but the Banelings, once they break the bunkers, the Zerglings will do the damage.
It's a lot better defense than he had yesterday, but is it going to be enough? That's the main question. 1 bunker, no units inside of the bunker just yet. He's starting to attack. The 2nd wave of Banelings rolls in. Oh, wow! If those Marines would have been caught on the ramp, it would have been over, but now he still has a fighting chance. Nice split here by Yoda.
Yeah, and the bunkers do finish. The Marines are out of position, but he cleans up the Banelings with a nice split, and the Zerglings and Roaches are forced to retreat. A nice hold by Yoda, takes a huge lead. During all of this, Moon started a lair, and he's got 10 drones on the way, but still, Yoda in a very nice position here, having medevac tech with his opponent's lair not done, and his opponent, if he drones too heavily, he's going to just die to a Yoda push.
And Yoda at this point is probably sitting in the booth and he's like, oh no you don't, not this time, it's not gonna happen again.
Yeah, he's learned his lesson.
Yeah, he definitely did. He built the 2 bunkers immediately, had one on the higher ground, his split was perfect, he killed all these Banelings, the Roaches were not a threat either, and now he's pushing out as Moon is currently going for Spire, double evolution chamber, drones up like a madman, will be on 60 to 40, but he needs some forces in order to stop this push.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty tough to hold. I mean, he's wanted to drone so heavily, he's gone up to 60 versus 40, but the army supply is 37 to 20 right now. A lot of these units are weakened though, so some critical Baneling hits would be important. He has no larva available.
This is going to be a big problem for him. The production is definitely not in Moon's favor. He needs to wait for the injects to hit. No combat shield just yet. The Spire halfway done, and he drones up. He still drones up. He feels comfortable here. He is really, well, he's well aware that, well, Yoda might probably not engage too much because he doesn't want to lose his army. But still, there are reinforcements streaming in. The third base is now coming up for our LGIM player. And Moon...
He's in a tough position here. The medevacs, for the most part, are out of energy, but with the second one coming in here, second wave of 2 medevacs, he now has 4. These Banelings are in a good position. The Marine split here from Yoda, very good though. There's so many Banelings, so I'm not sure if he's going to hold this.
They are off creep, but let's just remember Moon played very well last time. He had perfect timings, and he's showing it again. He does not overcommit to this. He knows he does not have to crush this force. He just has to delay it.
Yeah. And he's doing a great job of it so far. Baneling speed is halfway done now. His 1-1 upgrades are on the way.
Overlords everywhere, so he will see drops. A very, very nice spread out Overlord positioning by Moon so far. And on the other hand, we have the +1 attack upgrade now coming up for Yoda in the middle of the map. Zerglings trying to get a good hang on the Marines, but he retreats as he realizes that with all those medevacs, he won't be able to kill too many of them. And here comes the drop. Already spotted.
It's been totally spotted. Meanwhile, Moon is going to take the bottom right hatchery. He's going to try to do that, hide it a little bit. A scan does go off. He sees the Zerglings are out of position. This is so nice because if the Zerglings all come into the main, which in fact they are, he's going to hit the third. Yeah, he's splitting them now, and this is going to be so great for Moon. He should be able to defend both fronts really easily, but there are siege tanks now joining the mix.
Moon is like, easy peasy, son. He is really... The one thing that amazes me about Moon, it amazed me the last time we saw him and amazes me today as well, is once again his multitasking, his map awareness, and how he is able to be at like 3 positions at once. It's like he plays with 2 or 3 monitors, and he is able to see on every single one of them another part of the map.
Yeah, it's like I said last time he played, when I stood behind him, I had never seen a player so fast in my entire life. And he is just, I mean, he is insane with how fast he moves and how much his eyes can see. This is a huge attack coming out from him. There are 2 siege tanks in position. He's eating a lot of fire, but I'm not sure if this is enough Marines to support them.
I don't know either. The tanks are already gone. The Marines, they are running. Keep them running. This is Baywatch style. They just run as fast as possible.
Oh man, that was a good reference, but these medevacs they're not going to be able to watch Baywatch if they don't get home. The second wave of Marines will push this back, but it was pretty good trade for Moon overall, I would say.
As Chandler and Joey said in France, keep them running, baby, keep them running.
1 Baneling hits 1 SCV, meanwhile in the north of the map, not the best trade there, but at this point, he's making 14 Banelings. He starts his burrow a little bit late. Moon has been known for some Baneling burrow mishaps in the past, but we can move on from those.
We have the third base, though, for Yoda. He doesn't... It's not like he's the guy who plays bad. If you look at what he does right now, he has all the upgrades that he needs. He's starting to add additional production so that he can get rid of his minerals and his gas, his additional income that he gets with the third right now. So Moon has definitely a little bit of a problem with his upgrades. He was able to push all those attacks back. He's on 4 bases. He's looking strong here, but it's not like Yoda is being outclassed. Yoda is still in a position where he can start very dangerous attacks against Moon, and the Fnatic player has to be very, very careful.
Yeah, and Yoda, though, is going to lose this entire force at the north, and, you know, he keeps losing these small forces. Losing a small force isn't alone too bad, but when you start to lose 3 or 4 of them, it starts to add up. Even with the third base up, even with the double gases there, he's got now 4 reactors on his barracks, the 5th barracks, of course, producing Marines as well. Now he's going to go double siege tank production, but Moon, he's out of control with his base at the bottom right, which will now be spotted by a Marine.
It's just how this match evolved. We had, well, Yoda's pushed back now, and here comes the attack at the third. He's just going for it. He trades the Baileys. He's killing the command center. He doesn't even care. He rolls them in, and the command center is gone. The third is gone, while Moon sets up defensive structures everywhere. Each and every single base, he builds spine crawlers, spore crawlers, and he already rebuilds his Zerglings and his Banelings. Taking to Hive.
Yep.
He does it all.
Now, with this many Banelings at his base at the bottom right, as well as the spines, it's going to be very difficult for Yoda to engage here, but he knows he has to. He has to kill this base now, at least kill this base, because he lost his entire command center. His army supply advantage is actually not that significant. It's 83 to 71. So he actually has to make this work right now with good control. His medevacs are leading the charge a little bit too preemptively, I feel. He needs to be very careful with those. Here we go. The siege tanks are in position.
He's streaming in. The army supply is dead. Even and Moon, he pulls back. He just tries to save the space. He's getting additional 50 Zerglings now. +2 armor not done. Neither is the +2 attack upgrade. So right now,
there are Banelings here. There are Banelings here. He gets a few Marines. But still, this is the engagement that Yoda needs. Will he be able to push through? The siege tanks are falling, but there are only Mutalisks left here at the front. He's going to lose yet another Queen.
137 supply against 157. The Lings and Banelings go in, crush the siege tank as the Banelings head for all of the Marines. Here come the reinforcements into the tanks, but Moon is just attacking in relentless fashion, takes down nearly everything.
But look at the micro of Yoda, man. He still holds. I cannot believe it. With that second wave, Moon got a little bit he overextended himself just a little bit. In the end, still a much better trade for Moon, but I cannot believe Yoda was able to keep that. But the end of the day,
they keep him in the game.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he failed to kill the base. He failed to kill the base. Now he's still moving his new command center over to the third, but he has no fourth base. He has done insignificant damage. He's done a little bit of damage. He's killed some Banelings. He's traded, but Moon is fine to trade right now.
Moon has the bank. He has excess resources, gas and minerals, and he is just rebuilding his army in the blink of an eye. That Marine got a little bit unlucky there, but here comes the rest of them. His big brother is already trying to take down the Spine Crawler, and it happens, but Moon is gearing up. The Great Aspire halfway done, as is Adrenal Glands, and more Zerglings and Banelings are building as he snipes the Medivacs with his Mutalisks.
Oh, that one Baneling hit could have been even better than it was. Nice micro by both players. Yoda trying to push through these Spine Crawlers. His Marine's very injured, though. He's taken a lot of hits, and now the Infestors are out. Adrenal Glands is finishing, as you mentioned. Greater Spire is almost done. Yoda needs to kill his base, but time and time again, he has failed. And Moon basically is in an unlosable position. He cannot lose this game if he continues to control well and play this stably. Look at this, going to catch some reinforcements here. The Fungals, will they hit?
And he's going in, the Fungal does hit indeed. He's hitting with the Fungal, and the Banelings, they connect. They're like, oh my god, it is Christmas, and roll right into the Fungal Marines. And I don't know, Yoda, he has to be so careful now. He's trying to retreat into the siege tank range, but the siege tank, there are only 2 of them, and they die. And so kinda does Yoda. He's on 3 bases again, but Moon now in total control of this game.
Yep, 95 Harvesters to 59. At this point, Moon has even taken the 5th base in the center. He's mining from it. He's got his gas on the way. He has so much better of an economy. It even shows in his bank. Look at the bank. 2,000 minerals, 600 gas, 6 corruptors on the way, 3-3 upgrades for his ground units. Yoda right now hasn't even started 3-3 for his Marines because he can't afford it.
And as we just saw on the screen, he does not have the scouting information of the main base. He does not know about the tech, so we have +3/+3 coming up, as just mentioned, and this does not only benefit the Zerglings, but also the Broodlings, and they will be in the game. And is there an answer? Does Yoda have an answer? I don't think so.
He has no answer, man. He's not started Viking production. He only has the 1 starport still, and it looks like Moon is going to push his way through. GG!
And Moon takes it. Fnatic is up 1 game. 1-0 against IM, and Moon is like, oops, I did it again.
To be honest, I wanna have some real talk for a second. When I found out that Moon was playing for Fnatic, I thought, okay, well, he's going to get a little bit better. We'll see how good he is. It's going to take him a while to really get back into shape. But it turns out I have never been more wrong. This guy has shown in his first 2 matches since joining Fnatic, in his first match with Fnatic, and already today, great play against all the races. This guy, where has he been? What have they been doing? What kind of practice regime is going on in that Fnatic house? This guy is insane. He looks more in shape than I've ever seen him before.
That must be one hell of a wife.
That's true, man. I forgot he's not actually training at the house there. So, what's happening? What's going on?
I can picture his wife. No, you go and train now.
He does come to the house occasionally to train and to talk strategy, of course, especially with these important matches going. But, you know,
well,
even
not again.
So, I don't know what it is, man, but... Is it ice cream again?
I think so.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
I got a few tweets, man. People saying they also don't like ice cream.
You're lying.
I'm not lying, man.
Show me those tweets.
Oh, it's ice cream. Look at that.
Do you think if I wave, they will give me one?
Maybe. I'm not sure. By the way, see, look, from Cheese DS, he says, "You're just in luck. I dislike ice cream too. You were the first person I have ever known to dislike ice cream."
So you actually created a fake Twitter account and sent yourself a message?
No, man.
Wow.
This account...
Wow, this is impressive.
This account has 221 tweets, man. I don't have time to make all those.
You sent 221 tweets just to cover this up?
They're all about ice cream, man.
This is insane. Well, from ice cream back to StarCraft 2, we have the first winner for Fnatic, and now Incredible Miracle has to come up with the next player, so it's going to be really interesting to see who is coming off this bench today. Will they use one of their big guns first?
I don't think so.
Me neither, but I actually think it would be... I
think it might be Lucira.
Just switching it up a little bit.
Well, if you count Lucira as a big gun, that's it, I guess, but I think it's going to be Lucira.
Nah.
Oh, who is this? It's been a long time. It's Younghwa, and in Korean this means movie, by the way. Just to give you guys a little bit of info on what that ID is, there's another player called Movie in StarCraft 1 as well. Not the same person, but this is a strong, strong player. We have seen him do well in the Team League in the past. Everyone's like, when's he going to qualify for Code? When's he going to qualify for Code? He hasn't done it yet. But his Team League performances have been pretty good thus far. Look at that win rate, 9-5.
We have a Protoss player up against Zerg. And we don't know what the map is yet. Do you even think we are going to see Entombed?
Well, if I were a betting man, I would say, yeah, Entombed.
We'll find out in just a few seconds. I guess we might... actually, I have a quick break before we head into our next match.
Yep. We will.
Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
I can get ice cream now.
I guess so, man. I will avoid that, but I will watch you get it. You guys will watch how happy he is when we get back from this 5-minute break.
This is crazy, but